You're watching Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.
What's going on? Welcome on into another amazing episode of Scorching and Swearing. Up tonight, we have one sauce on deck. This one here is from Seed Ranch Flavor Co. This is the Hot Thai Green. Now, as you can see here, great overall representation. And this version in particular is one that was featured on Hot Ones, so you may remember it from there. But tonight we're going to be jumping on into it and taking a look at what this sauce has to bring. So with that being said, let me go ahead and give this one a good shake. And for those that are keeping track, yes, there is a perforation on the cellophane. Go ahead and hit it with the back of the spoon and get the wrapper off to the side. Now, as always, got my trusty tablespoon. Now, from a flow standpoint, it looks like it's got a nice high flow to this overall sauce. Let me get the seal off of there. Back in the cap. All right. Very herby, very green, fresh notes going on. A little bit of an undertone of what smells like some citrus, maybe some lemongrass. Definitely some garlic going on there. And just an ever so slight finish of pepper notes. So looking forward to jumping into this, but cheers. Here we go. Nice dark green overall look to the sauce. Flows very nicely, holding onto the spoon well. Same great aromatic aroma as out of the bottle, but cheers. Man, oh man. That is amazing. Bright, earthy, fresh, crisp. Right off the bat, it tasted much like a jalapeno or serrano. One of these bright, fresh green peppers that you would normally be getting at the, like with your ramen or your pho. It's that kind of earthy, very familiar body to that. Then from there, you're handed off into a nice umami depth, a little bit of a citrus cut, picking up on some ginger, some onion, what tastes like also some lemongrass, and maybe a little bit of cumin going on, just really rounding out those corners. Now, from an initial heat standpoint, it's getting the mouth pretty decently, but it's actually much more of a later burn than it is an initial heat. Now, the way that it comes on, it hits the front of the gums pretty good, and then kind of does a slight sizzle tingle out of it. And then as that starts to fade away, then you start to feel it park more towards the back of the mouth and start to turn up the dial. Now, if you're just starting out, this is one that you're going to be able to use in moderation, find out where you're comfortable with it. If you only need a few drops, you only need a few drops. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your own journey and have fun doing it. Now, if you're working on your own personal best, this is going to be a nice medium heat sauce for you, depending on where your overall tolerance is at. Now, absolutely amazing and a huge flavor bomb there. Obviously, with this being a Thai style sauce, you can expect it's going to go great with Thai dishes. Anything kind of like a rice dish, any of soups, stews, salads, I could see this going great in, as well as using this as a marinade, using this as a finishing sauce. With tacos, this would be absolutely insane. Would love to see that there, as well as with pizza. This would also go very well in that same avenue. Probably not the best use of it, but still would work there. The only thing this probably would not work on would be in the area of desserts. It's not geared towards that, so no harm, no foul. So let's go ahead and read some ingredients here. So, ingredients for the Hot Thai Green sauce from Seed Ranch Flavor Co. Ingredients are white vinegar, water, lime juice, Thai ginger, serrano peppers, green Carolina Reaper pepper, And then we have garlic, cilantro, shallots, lemongrass, basil, salt, coconut flakes, coconut sugar, coriander, cumin, white pepper, and cognac. I love the way and the layers of depth that come through this. You're really able to appreciate, like I said, that initial earthy pepper note that was coming forward is definitely the serrano peppers, but it's also interesting that there's Carolina Reaper peppers in here. While there is a faint and subtle note towards the back of the throat, it is not super overpowering. It is not going to completely just come in and take your lunch money and leave you on the ground hurting. You're going to be able to enjoy this sauce, and you're going to be able to really find added layers of depth to your food. If you want to pick up this sauce, I will have the direct links down below for it, as well as a link to the main site so you can check out the full lineup of amazing products, as well as I'll have linked up above tonight's podcast episode where you can check out the official scorecard for this sauce. I'm Brandon Swearing from Everything from the World of Hot. This has been Scorching and Swearing.
This has been Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.